Okay. Yeah! Let's start the stream. Okay. I see that's it. I was trying to install an OBS plugin for a countdown. I should probably install it at one point. In any case, here's what I'm gonna do. Let's go straight to desktop. Okay, so last stream what I did was I implemented basically just a resizable widget in like 2-3 hours with tangents, which isn't a lot, but I mean, I guess I wasn't gonna implement a full debug view in a single stream, so it is what it is. And I coded a bit more behind the scenes just to polish it a bit, and only then realized that I kind of approached the problem wrong. So I'm probably gonna have to refactor it a bit. Here's what I came up with in the meantime. So now, compared to last time, the edge of the sidebars are now 1 pixel instead of 5, and also there's some fudge factor. I've been told that fudge is the term you use for that. So even though it's 1 pixel, I don't need to be exactly on the pixel for it to just do this, for it to work, essentially. there is I'm not sure what else to call it aside from the fudge factor now that I know the word. Inaccuracy. Because you know people have thumbs, so you probably want want it to work in these kinds of cases as well. So yeah, this is what I have. I have it can now work generically on all four directions. So it's pretty cool. But there is one stark problem about this, and it's the way it is rendered in some cases. If I take a screenshot of this, okay, and then I export it to GwenView so that I can look at it better. Here we can see that the pink rectangle that is supposed to be just one rectangle is just it's being like the rectangles that are below this rectangle are being drawn over it instead of under it, because they are drawn after. Like my flex layout is very simple. I don't have any kind of reordering of anything. And so in practice, what happens is I draw this part, then I draw this part, which inside of it draws the random sidebar and then the content and then the other random sidebar, and then I draw the thing below. So everything that's drawn after ends up getting drawn over the stuff that came before it. And so that means that the way I've made this is wrong. Like I'm drawing the first, like I'm making the edge be part of the first element, which means that the element that comes after it is necessarily going to be drawn over the edge, which is bad. That's not what we want here, obviously. So I need to have a different approach about this. And here's what I'm thinking. I'm very bad at doing any kind of schemas. Well, what could I do for that to work? You know what, let's just do ASCII, and then one day I'll know how to draw anything. So actually, wait, maybe Krita. Let's see if Krita can do the job. Phew, I haven't leaked anything. That's good. Custom document. Okay. That is way too. Let's make it like 5. Okay. So we need first element like this, then we have an edge, and then we have the second element right here. 1 and 2, like that, I guess. And then the edge. That's a bad E. And so here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that it'll always be like I'm gonna have an element like that, and that element is gonna be called something like a split, right? Okay, can you? There you go. Split, I guess. Yeah, that. So this element is gonna call a split, and it's gonna contain 2 widgets. Okay, there's 2 approaches for that. Let's take the first one. Let's just paint the first one. So 2 elements inside, like this. It would be a fill, like it would be an element that has a fill layout, and inside a fill layout, a flex layout, sorry, that goes in a certain direction. Then we'd have the first element and the second element like that. Whoops, that's a vector layer. And then we could have the edge as a rectangle that goes between them, right? But that approach is something that has the caveat that if I want to have the same effect that I'm doing right now in my UI, which is that when it's hovered, it resizes, like that, then that means that every time I hover over something, these elements, where is Krita? It's here. These elements 1 and 2 are gonna resize every time this sidebar resizes, which is kind of not really what we want. What I want, at least. Another thing that I can do is to have the same kind of split. I need like a loose rectangle again, right? Then have 1 and 2 like that. Be 2 squares. I mean, two rectangles inside of this flex layout thing, and then inside of 2. Whoops. There we go. Inside of 2, what I can do is I can make this stacked. Specifically, actually no, that wouldn't be 2. Like there would be 1, and then like other. This is some container. Hold on, where's the text here? Other container. Like that. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't want me to resize it unless I edit it, so make it 7 or something. Yeah. So I have another container, and this other container will contain 2. Why am I putting a square? Let me change color just to make that clear. It would have oh, it's a vector layer again. Anyways. There you go. It will contain 2, and it will contain like the sidebar on the side right after the 2 thing. Hold on, let me just draw it like that, I guess. This is essentially what I'm planning. So let me try to write it essentially. If I write it, where is for what this represents, it would be like first we have a split panel. Why is it not in the comment anymore? Then this split panel contains 1, which is like the first part, right? Then it contains an other container, and that other container contains the second part, and then it contains the sidebar. And the reason I can do that is because the other container, instead of having a flex layout, it has a stacked layout, which just stacks elements on top of each other. Which means that I can make a sidebar that has its origin at the center and its anchor on the center left, like that. Just to make sure that it's drawn always over everything else. So now, if I make this split the way I just said, I would have two containers split by a sidebar that I can control, and make sure that the sidebar is always drawn on top of everything else. So that's that's the approach that I'm gonna do today, and I just hope that it's not gonna take too long to implement it like that, because I do want to actually implement this debug view. Like, I don't want to stay in UI code forever. So, I mean, okay, I am. This is still UI code at the end of the day. Even the widget inspector is UI code, but you get what I mean. Like, I don't want to implement components all day long. So, hopefully, it's not gonna take too long, given that I'm doing this. So let me just actually, I'm gonna keep Krita around if I ever want to do any kind of drawing. No, let me just okay, can I just delete this? No, I cannot delete the selection mask, I guess. No, that doesn't work. Maybe these. Oh wait, I can just do this. There we go. Layer is locked. Well, better have a paint layer for later on. Okay, and I'm gonna put Krita here because it's probably gonna be useful. There you go. Okay. So where was I? Right, the split panel. Also, the approach that it's gonna be able to do is, I feel like, this is just a hunch, but I feel like this might make it easier to implement a split that, instead of having the first container have a fixed size, that it would be relative. The way Z works, for example. So here we have a split, right? We have the sidebar and then the rest of the editor. And I can resize. I didn't want to click here. I can resize this, and the sidebar has a fixed size like this. So it doesn't move when I resize the window. But if I create a split inside of the text buffers, say split right, for example, and I start resizing, you'll see that it's actually relative. Like, it's basically a percentage of the width of the split, instead of being one has the fixed size and the other takes the rest. So this is the kind of option that I want to have for this split, although it's not really necessary for the debug view, but being designed in a way that it makes it easier to implement later is a clear advantage anyways. So whether I implement this today or not, we'll see, I guess. Now, let's just go into the component and see if I can implement it. So this is just the regular scroll view, and then we have the resizable. And so first off, now I know, like, I was struggling with the name, and I knew that resizable was bad, but I just didn't know what else to do, what else to call it. And split is just the perfect thing. There we go. It's the perfect name for this kind of element. And so I'm not. Yeah. Okay. There's quite a few things that I'm gonna have to change. So I'm gonna code it in a different function just in the meantime, and then I'm gonna maybe merge some code around, and it's probably gonna do the thing I want eventually. So pubfn split. like that. It's gonna take the context beautifully. It's gonna have a mouse. Wait. Before I do anything else, this resizable widget is gonna be called split. Why is it opening this? Is it because... Yeah, it's because it's changing everything else. I mean, it's good. That's what I want. It's always what I want, in fact. Right. Split direction. And it is so good when it's when the name is shorter and it's better than the previous one. That is very satisfying, not gonna lie. Now, since I renamed this, let me just try to create this split again. So it's gonna take the mouse as additional state. I shouldn't have removed this comma. This is supposed to be split, so I'm gonna take the split state like that. This is sidebar props. Yeah, okay. So now there's something I need to think about, which is how do I let the user control the first and second containers? These ones. I'm not sure about what approach I should have here. It's just yeah, I'm just not very sure about how I'm gonna do this. So for now, I'm just gonna say let's just do it without taking any props aside from, say, yeah, not even the container. The container doesn't need props, does it now? Oh wait, no, I infer the container props from the sidebar props because yeah, that might have been a bad approach as well. Well, let's just take container props, shall we? The props of the split itself. Then I'm gonna have a container like that. Okay. We're gonna replicate this this layout right here. Then we're gonna return the container, but it's not gonna be enough. I think I know the approach I'm gonna take for this. So I'm gonna take two closures. The first container, first part. Should I take a reference? Yeah. Let's just take a reference. Impl of fn mute, and then it takes I'm not sure what it should take in argument, honestly. The UI context, obviously. Not much else, to be honest. And it returns the widget reaction. Or not. That could be optional. Let's make it not optional for now, though. First part, last part. We don't care about this. Part A, part B. The start and the end. That's gonna be it. Oh, also, let me just put on some music, I guess. right from the last time we had I had exactly the same kind of song. Okay, so we're gonna have part A and part B, and they're gonna build the widget 1 and 2. I could have called them A and B, I guess. So we have the container. It's gonna use the props like that. Then inside of that container, the container props, they need to have some more things. So for one, they need to have a layout, a very particular layout of flex with a certain direction, right? And the direction depends on the split direction, so that is code that we copy from the previous implementation that I did last stream. Right? We get the flex direction like that. The gap is going to be 0. Then once we have that, Right, I think the interesting thing that I need to do here is in this scheme, I was thinking with these closures that 1 and 2, like the widgets 1 and 2 would be created by the user, but I think I need to create them because I need to control their their widths. I need to control their sizes, so I need to do this. Hi, long time not watching your streams. Hello, Andri Guna1. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I'm doing a dev stream right now. I'm implementing a split view from my own UI framework that I'm developing myself, somewhat from scratch, where I can, without going into too many rabbit holes at the same time, hopefully. How are you doing? Right, so with the container, what I'm gonna do is creating the first part. I'm gonna call it container A because I don't really care about the name. And the thing that's important is in the direction where it is being split, in this case horizontal, it needs to have, say the direction is left, then it would need to be fixed, and then on the other side, the other direction, sorry, the direction where it is not being split, which is vertical in this case, it would have fill. So let's do that. Let's build a widget, shall we? With new widget props, taking a key from this. Actually, the props gets moved, so I probably need let key equals props.key here. Otherwise, it's gonna complain. Ever since I've made my own multi-channel peak meter visualization on CodePen, it is useful to have both sample peaks and true peaks displayed at the same time. Oh. Wait, right. I was suspecting you were Jaya DeAndre. But I didn't know. Yeah, okay. Multi-channel peak meter visualization on CodePen, is it? Wait, on CodePen? Wasn't it on P5.js? Like, if you're a giant DeAndre, then I basically always show you. I basically always show people the. Wait, I just realized the YouTube chat is not being shown right now. Give me a second. I'm gonna have to show it. Where is it? So if I look at this, right, and then look at the YouTube chat browser, I'm gonna need to get the shit. I was not on, bruh. I really need to do this kind of stuff better. Okay. Gah, why is it so slow? Everything is slow nowadays. This is bad. Where is the... It's under create, okay. Okay, and once I do that, I just need to... This is taking so long just to activate YouTube chat, Jesus Christ. I am not a good streamer. Yeah, I guess I should really just keep a tab on it on my own computer next time instead of whatever else. There we go. And it should work now. Yep, okay. Good. Let's go back to the desktop. And now it should work. So, what do you mean by sample peaks and true peaks displayed at the same time? I didn't get that. I did not get that. Like, sample peaks and true peaks. I don't know. Both in bars and graphs over time. Graphs? What do you mean graphs? Hello, Seralynna. Wait, how do I pronounce your name? Shit. Oh, by the way, thanks a lot for the follow 7 days ago. You're the one I rated, isn't it? Seralynna. You're the one I rated last time. That's actually awesome. Yeah, I'm doing a dev stream right now. I'm implementing my own UI framework. Thank you. Yeah, I was streaming Osu last time. I usually stream Osu, but this time I decided I would dev. Like I don't know what kind of content I want to make, honestly, so that's I'm a mess right now. And yeah, thank you very much for the follow. Also, yeah, that is a server emoji, isn't it? Big server fan. Amazing. Yeah, personally, I'm more of an Ellie fan. Like I love Ellie, honestly. Like I was just like, it started by just watching some clips, and it was like interesting content, and then you know, like the kinds of streams where she just says things and you learn something in the process, or you just watch her go total nerd mode by, for example, like opening research papers to know if the FPS of the eye is actually 60 FPS, limited to that, or if it's something else or more complicated. And she would just do that on stream because she can't help herself. And you know, I was expecting this kind of occurrence of nerdying to be quite few and far between, but no, it's constant. It's constant nerding. I absolutely love it. Oh yeah, she does amazing covers too. Yeah, I did watch. Bro, I did listen to a few of them. She has a lovely voice, though. Admittedly, that's not the kind of song that I like to listen to. I'm way more listen to bangers kind of guy. So yeah. Here, hold on. Let me just, before I continue coding, show you what I've been doing. I'm not sure if you're gonna understand. I don't know if you program at all, honestly. Wait, where's the direction? Oh yeah, that's the flex direction that I need here. And then let's just do a widget reaction like that. There we go. Now it's at least it's gonna compile. This is basically I'm doing this UI thing myself. So I just implemented widgets that you can resize like that. Also I have tabs. And a scroll view, also implemented myself. Yeah, this is the kind of stuff that I'm doing. By the way, Seralynna, do you stream regularly? I should probably watch your streams more now that I think about it. Because I have okay, that might be a stupid question to ask. I'm just very bad at scheduling. Like I'm not scheduling anything. I'm a freeform when it comes to streaming right now. I just don't know how to do anything regularly. It's a bit of a pain, not gonna lie. 4 to 5 times per week at least. However, recently I've been taking a bit of a break to do a huge event. Oh, damn! What kind of huge event, if you don't mind me asking? But yeah, no, like I'd love to be more more regular, but I don't know. Something about it scares me. I'm not sure what. Maybe it's because sometimes I have 0 concurrent viewers, as I have right now on YouTube. It's just not very motivating to have 0 viewers, isn't it? One, however, especially one that talks in chat like right now, that's very motivating. Okay, hold on. Let me click on that. Sorry, I have I'm using my Mac right now because I don't have a second screen. I have a second computer instead. Very wise investment, isn't it? What? Huh? Wait. Okay, I need to show that on stream. This is insane. What the fuck? People actually do this? What? Excuse me? Hold on. Okay, let's see. Hold on, because it's very slow because I don't keep a tab on my own computer that I'm using right now to code because it's kind of slow and it slows me down as well. Even though my laptop is a gaming laptop, it's not very performant. I think I'll do something more intelligent by popping out both chats and keeping them around so that I don't need to just open Twitch and YouTube every time. Okay! Let's now go back to the normal view. This is the announcement. I just made my biggest announcement ever on stream today. On January 1st, 2026, I will be starting a year-a-thon. People do year-a-thon? What the hell? How is this a thing? Why? Oh, also follow. Anyways, why? This is incredible. A year, like damn, like if that's not dedication, I don't know what is. Like, I am just a bit crazy. Damn. Okay. Okay. Hold on. Let me just I don't have much to post, honestly, besides that. But yeah, no, like, what the hell? People usually do like subathons, and like they last a couple months, and then, or like they do basically anything shorter than that. But not a year. That is absolutely crazy. Damn. Yeah. Well, I mean, I wish you all the luck in the world, especially for the 2026 year. Oh, since it's gonna be 2026, I'm guessing during that year-a-thon you're gonna play GTA 6 at some point. Maybe. If that's the kind of game you want to play. I'm not sure. Do you want to? I've done a couple subathons in the past that both went over a month. Yeah, I mean, like, I've seen subathons have this kind of length, so don't really have interest in GTA. Ah, too bad. Oh well. Besides Osu, what kind of stuff do you play? Couple games due and release in 2026. Yeah, okay. Personally, I've seen, like, say, one specific rhythm game. Like, I think it had a trailer called something like Rhythm Psychosis or whatever. It had Nanahira in it. And also an Ioban style of drawing or something. So I'm interested in that one, but I don't remember the name. Not familiar with that. Okay. Might show it, actually, hold on, let me just show it now so that, the tangent is self-contained. Actually, wait, I might not need to be right back. Fate Trigger! Is it a Fate game as in, like, the anime franchise? Or, like, not anime, but, like, you get what I mean. Like visual novel and all of that kind of stuff, like basically the whole Fate franchise. Where is my channel? I literally didn't need to be right back. Yeah. Wait, no, that was probably the wrong channel. Ah, there we go. Rhythm Psychosis Union Syndrome. Second trailer. I'm actually gonna play it on stream. That's gonna be better, right? So let me open my Discord real quick. Also, I'm being pinged on my Discord right now, but well, I'm streaming, so can't really do much. Let me do something. And this is taking so long. Why is Discord so slow? Like, it's taking a full 2 seconds each click I do to go to the channel I want. This is bad. All I want is just to access a video. And I have a gaming laptop. Like, sure, it's a laptop, but it is gaming. It's not supposed to be slow. I swear, software nowadays. Anyways. Back to desktop view. Oh, also, I'm gonna put it inside of the chat. This game that is apparently going out in 2026. It seems to be basically like a 4K VSRG, just like Osumania, Quaver, and a bunch of other kinds of games. Wait, is it still on Be Right Back? That's weird. I swear I could have. I swear I transitioned. It did not. Oh, there we go. Okay, back. Oh, you've seen that video. So yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. It seems very interesting. As in terms of, I mean, in terms of gameplay, I haven't seen anything new from other rhythm games, but admittedly, it's hard. It's hard to come up with something new in the realm of rhythm games. But I mean, I'm probably missing something in the gameplay, but basically everything else looks very interesting. So yeah, I'm interested. Anyways, don't hesitate to go look at it, yes. Yeah. So, oh, it's unrelated. Okay, so it's not Fate. Okay. The Battle Royale that was just in closed beta for a bit. I played in a tournament during the beta with Xylus, BTMC, Emrek, and Gerbzy. Wait, what? Hold on, what? What kind of battle royale is it? Like, is it actually Osu, or is it completely unrelated? It's unrelated. It's just a battle royale. All right. Okay. Well, damn. Like, because like that's some names. Like. Okay, hold on. Is it me, or does auto-dubbed tracks on some YouTube videos have comb filtering effects? I've definitely heard that isn't present in original audio tracks. I don't know, like like, as soon as auto-dubbed tracks were a thing on YouTube, I deactivated them because, like, it's bad. It's AI and it's bad. AI is not necessarily bad, but this one is horrible. I'd rather see text, honestly, or someone else's dubbing, but not AI dubbing. No thanks. Carrier was holding a tourney for it. It had a ton of pro Apex players, finals players, and pros in other games. Another viewer to ban. This time I can do it much faster. There we go. Done. Anyways, I was top 500 in Fate Trigger during beta, but BTMC and Amarek were at COE. I was at COE too. So they didn't have time to practice the game. We ended up getting 8th out of 24 total teams. I see. Well, damn. That is quite something. Oh wait, there's a comment I missed on the YouTube side, and also the mid/side peak meter and phase correlation meter visualization on 5.1 and 7.1 surround sound. Yeah, I don't know, honestly. I'm sorry, Andre. It was a fun time. While most auto-dubbed tracks use TTS, that is in Google products, it doesn't change the fact that it is mostly bad. Yeah, no, I mean, I have nothing against TTS, to be honest. It's just that, like, I don't know, the auto-dub, like, okay. I need to be more clear on this because I just said it's bad, but it's not really that bad, honestly. Like, the fact that it exists is helpful to some people, so that's a good thing in my view. The problem is, there was a point where I could not disable it. Like, YouTube was just translating, like, it was dubbing everything in French for me. Or alternatively, it was dubbing French YouTube videos in English when I know both. And this is really, really annoying when they just don't give you the option. So, like, in the end, I ended up switching my YouTube language to French just to look at the French video, then going back to English for everything else, because I had no other choice than that. Now it seems like it's not really doing much of that, but I might be wrong, because YouTube is not very popular for listening to its users, let's just say that. But yeah. Okay. Now, tangent aside, let's just continue doing this. Oh wait, that's my that's not my Discord. But anyways, let's just make sure that I'm still not on Discord. Okay, and this that I was implementing. So, as I was saying, I think I need to create these containers 1 and 2, and then let the user fill the children of these widgets, instead of letting the user control 1 and 2. Because that makes more sense in my view. So we will have the first container, right? And this first container, in the direction of the split, needs to be a fixed size. That's the first container. In the case where the split is has direction left, for example, then the left container is gonna be fixed size where in the direction where it is split, and it's going to be fill in the direction where it is not split. So it would be, in that case, dot size, width size, right? Whoops, what is it even doing? Anyways, widget size, like that, and new. Then on the width, which in our case, like it would be fixed. So widget dim, fixed, and then I don't know, let's say 15. Like it's supposed to come from this split, right? Yeah. So split dot size, yeah, like that, and then the height would be widget dim fill, just like that. Except this is only in one case, so we need to handle all of the cases. So let's do that. So we'll have the first container size. Let container a size, and we're gonna choose it based on the split direction. Right. So in the case of left, it's exactly as we said. Right? It's that. That is the container A size. In the case of right, it's fill everywhere, because it just fills the remaining size. So it's just fill in the case of right. And in the case of down and up, in the case of up, container A is the first container. So it has to have a fixed size in that case. But on the y-axis, and then the x-axis is fill. And then in down, it's fill again. So I guess in a way, yeah, no, I can keep it like that. It's gonna be probably more readable. So that's the size. Okay. Of the first container. Then we have the other container. So first off, let's not forget to add the container A to the container. Right? And then we need let the user put children inside of container A, right? Then once we have this container A, we want the other container, and it's gonna be a widget, just like that, with the same kind of keys stemming from the key of the split itself, from the properties that we are giving this function. Okay, and it's gonna have an other container size, like that. In the case of up, it's basically gonna be the complete inverse of what we have. So we want a fixed size for the other container in case it's down, like that. And this would be left and right. And there we go. It's exactly the same thing. But applied differently. Then it has a size like that, except it's the other container size. Okay. And that's the first step. And then inside of the other container, now that we have this other container, let's not forget to add it to the splits container. Let's call it split container, by the way. We have to let the user put children inside of container B, but we haven't made container B yet. Because as I drew last time, literally a few, like, an hour ago, I guess. It's been that long already. This is the other container, and 2 is inside of it, and then we have the sidebar. Also, let's just make sure that the split container does have a flex direction. Yeah, it's good. Okay. Nice. So we have this other container. Then, inside of this container, we're gonna have some container B, right? Like that. This is gonna be the first thing. It's gonna be a container B with now the size is just gonna be fill, because it just fills its parent. No need for anything more fancy than that, right? So that's gonna be container B, and then container B is gonna be contained inside of the other container, like I showed in the drawing. 2 is inside of the other container, and then we'll have the sidebar, right? So let sidebar, not sidebar, the edge, which actually I'm gonna take from I'm gonna call it a split edge. Actually, that's gonna be more explicit. Split edge like that. And I'm gonna take it exactly the way that it's been done already, with all of its code inside, like that. Right? There's a fudger, and that fudger can be hovered and clicked, and it has a specific anchor with a size. And then it has all of this inside of it, and then it does whatever nicely, right? If I do that, I'm gonna rename this fudger to, wait, what's happening here? That might have been wrong, I guess. Okay. This is working nicely, I think. And then the fudger, I'm gonna call it the split. No, I actually fudger is okay. Fudger is okay. Never mind. Then what am I missing now? Right, this is where I want to change the size of something. So for the fudger, Now, okay, let's think about this for a second. So when I move, when I click on this on this fudger, like this red thing that I called the split edge before, but that I'm gonna call the fudger now, and that I move my cursor around, I want this to follow it. So in the case where the fixed element is on the left, so container 1 is fixed, has a fixed size, then I want container 1 to change its width, when I move my cursor around to move this split. But if instead the direction of this split is right, then the other container has a fixed dimension, which means that it's the other container's width that I would want to modify. Right? Which means I need to modify the width of a different element depending on the direction. So what thing am I gonna do here? Inside of the fudger, here, this is, when I start pressed, this is where I get the size of whatever I want. Right, so this is where I would do it. I need... well, let's see if I need this code only in here, and then if it's not only in here, then I would put it here instead. But let's do it like that. So inside of here, I'm gonna select first of all the element that I need to register the size of. So depending on the direction, again, wait, I think I had some code for that already. There is the, right, is there forwards? Yeah. Is direction forwards? Oh, yeah, no, I can do it like that, yeah. Or I can invert it, I don't know. I'm just thinking of the direction and whether it makes sense that I say that if a split is left, then it's the left container that has a fixed size, or if it should be the right container that has a fixed size. I don't know. I think it's the left container that should have a fixed size. Yeah. So if the direction is forwards, okay, I'm gonna just copy that in there. So this is if is B fixed, right? This is if the container B, like container 2, if this one, like the other container, has a fixed size. Actually, I'm gonna call this other because it's more accurate to the naming that I did. Oh wait, I didn't. I just noticed that I did not put the music back again. There we go. That should do it. So with is other fixed, is the audio of the music okay, by the way? In any case, with is other fixed, I wanted to modify, yeah, that. So let container to modify, very verbose, but who cares? If the other is fixed, then we want the other container. Otherwise, we want container A. Like that. Once we have this container to modify, we can just take its size and then register it as is. Then there's the mouse position that I need to, yeah, all of this basically. Need to port all of this here. Like that. There we go. Then, no ID. Then we update the sidebar size, sorry. It's not a sidebar anymore though. So size things update size of a fixed container, I guess. Right, this is the size of the container that I want to modify. So I did need to have this in a different container. A different scope, sorry. I'm mixing up my words, to be honest. Right, then we get container to modify without the ID, of course. Yeah, so this would be doing the same thing, and then we put this into we put the fudger into the other container right after the container B. Okay. So everything should pretty much work as expected now. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to put inside of these closures, I'm gonna give the widget ID of the containers as a wait, no, I don't need to do that. Yeah, no, I don't need to do that. I can just call part A, right? So I call part A. I believe it's done like that, right? Pass itself, and then nothing, actually. Right. Admittedly, returning one widget reaction means that there would automatically be yet another widget each time there's a split. I mean, it's fine, honestly. I guess it is. Let's roll with it. So let's now add a child. Like that. Gonna call this child A, and obviously I need this to be the widget IDs and not the widget reactions. And I guess I need this to be mute. Or maybe just that? Would that work? Yeah, that works, I guess. I'm not sure what I should do for FN mutes. Like whether to take it by reference or not. Right, now let's do the same thing with child B. Part B. Child B, child of container B. And I think that's it. So let's test it. I guess. Surely that's not the whole story, right? I must be missing something. Or maybe I'm not. We'll see, we'll see. There's probably a bug somewhere, but we'll fix it anyways. So let's go where there's a resizable widgets. And let's first off, I'm gonna remove the top and bottom docs just to remove the code a bit, because there's a lot of stuff there. Okay. My UI framework is pretty verbose, which is not a good thing, but I don't know. I'm not sure how to make it less verbose. I think I'm not sure. Maybe this is the right amount of stuff. I don't know. Just that when you compare that with HTML, it's always surprising somewhat. But maybe HTML is an exception in that regard. So anyways, let's say I'm making a split. So split, right? And then it's cell.mouse. Then the split is the left sidebar resizable. Then the props are basically what I gave it. Like that. With padding with size, yeah. Then what else? It would be, wait, why do I want to draw a background on the container? And why not? Then there's part A and part B. So before doing that, I have to make sure that I am adding the split to its container. So let's do that. There we go. Then, in part A and B, I'm gonna have UI like that, and UI like that. First container, second container. Okay. In the first container, I'm just gonna have some sidebar text. Oh wait, this is... Yeah, okay. Now I get what I was doing. This is actually the props of the sidebar container. And not the container itself. So let's do this. I'm gonna do cell.ui.build widget, right? Have these props, and then sidebar, just sidebar, okay? Yeah, admittedly, it is the left sidebar. That is indeed what's happening. And then I just return the left sidebar because I'm supposed to return a widget reaction. So that's the first thing. Now the second is just some container, right? It's just some content. So I'm gonna take that and first off remove all of this. And here is the second container. Okay. It's the other content. Thing. And I think that's it. Closure requires unique access to cell.ui, but it is already borrowed. Oh yeah, this is where I need to use UI. This is why I pass the UI mutably inside of the closure, because otherwise the borrow checker will complain. Somewhat rightfully so. Because it's a lifetime problem. Should be good to go now. Yeah, it doesn't complain anymore, and I don't see any compiling errors anywhere else. So let's just test this. Ruin, yes, totally a thing. Yes. That's not exactly what I expected. But I think I know what's going on. So now that I changed, like I essentially changed the meaning of the direction of the split. If I go into the initialization of the global state that I had, right here, for the left sidebar resizable thing, it was a widget, like a fixed widget that had its edge on the right. So, like, the way where the sidebar is resizable is on its right, relatively to itself, which is why I used right here. But now that I'm making a split, I'm changing the direction to mean which widget between left, right, down, and up is the one that has a fixed size, and therefore the one that actually changes its size. Thus, here left sidebar is actually left, right sidebar is actually right, top dock resizable is actually not top, up, and dock resizable is actually down. There you go. So now if I try it again, now it should be in the correct position. Just not the correct math though. And I think that's something I can easily correct. This is yet again another instance of the same problem. I need to go into the split function and change that. Let's see, is other fixed, flex direction. Fixed from direction, size. Yeah, this is the flex direction, so this is not it. It's where I modify the size. Okay, let's remove the knot here and see if it fixes it. It probably fixes it. Let's see. Yep, that fixes it. So now we have an actual split, and let's try drawing the same dock from before. Okay. Where is it? So we have a split, and here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a split inside of the second container to have a right. Okay. Oh, also, before I do that, let me just rename all of these. We're gonna have a left split, a right split, a top dock split, and a dock split. Like that. Then I'm just gonna copy this, because that's the beginning of what a split does. And inside of the second container, this other content is just exists essentially. It's gonna look very unwieldy to be honest, but the important is that it's gonna work, and it's gonna be pretty performant, at least decently. So compared to your average Electron app, at the very least. So, in the first instance of the right split, okay, this doesn't need to do anything besides fill its container, right? Doing the same thing as everything else, like that. So it's just gonna have a fill size, and that's it. Then, since this is right, the second container is gonna be a right sidebar, and the first container is gonna be the other content. Like that. Alright. Other content. Now let's put a left sidebar here, except it's gonna be the right sidebar. And it's just some random sidebar. It's exactly the same code actually. Like that. Okay, what else am I missing? Oh wait, this comma is something I was missing. There we go. So now that there is a split, I just need to return the split actually, so I can just do this. Like that. There we go. So now we should have a right sidebar. Okay. Not quite. Something is wrong somewhere, and I'm not sure what. I think it might have to do with... Yeah, I think I know where it might be. Yeah, the fudge anchor. The fudge anchor is the problem here. The fudger anchor is always going to be either top center or center left. It's never going to be center right or bottom right in the new case. So instead I'm gonna match on the flex direction. If it's horizontal, then it's center left. If it's vertical, then it's top center. Just like that. That should fix it. There we go. So now I have pretty much fixed. I just noticed that there's some padding. That's probably the container. Let's see, where is this padding? Yeah, that is unneeded. It's not what we want. Then we have the left sidebar, then we have a split again, with just fill, for the right sidebar. That's basically it. And if I want, because like this is a lot of nesting and a lot of verbosity, if I wanted to make this more concise, I could have, say, like a triple split that does both left and right at the same time. Like I could make a function that has sidebar on the left and on the right, and take 3 closures, one for the content on the left, one for the content on the center, and one for the content on the right, and it would be somewhat more manageable, probably. But the story is we have a split now, so yeah, that's actually much better. So now let me just go there and delete the other code, because it's just working now. The resizable widget is not needed anymore. This is much better code, to be honest, in my opinion. A much better way of doing this kind of widget. So now that I've done this, let me just make sure I complete the picture, and so that I don't have any lingering problem. So I'm gonna have the same kind of split. Actually, this is gonna be some kind of copy pasting, isn't it? Yeah. So let me just copy this. Let's do it the other way around this time. Wait, no, that's not gonna be a good demonstration. Or is it? Yeah, it's not gonna be a good demonstration. So let's just copy it, right? Then inside of the other content, instead of having other content, I just have yet another split, like that. Right? It's starting to be very, very indented, but who cares? Right? So hold on, let me just take this split and return it immediately, right? This split is good already, right? All I need to do is to take this thing, and actually I can just remove the background thing, and it's gonna be enough. Okay, so now we have this entire split, which is left to right. Wait, what do you mean, right split mutable? Oh, right, yeah, I mean, we're gonna change that, so it's not gonna be a problem. So, all of this here is the left to right, then we're gonna add the top and bottom dog. So, this is gonna be the top dog split, okay? And then this is gonna be the dock split, right? Then this is the content in the center, and then this, instead of being the right sidebar, it's the dock. So this is the dock. This, instead of being the left sidebar, is the top dock. Okay. Let's just call that text. And let's also call this one text. Just some random top dock, like that. And then here, some random dock. And that should just work. Right? I didn't need to change much. Yeah, let's go! So now I have fixed all the rendering issues by completely changing my approach to how I architecture this component. Now it's actually a proper split, which means that also in the future it's gonna be more it's gonna be easier to just implement a fixed size, no, not a fixed size, a split that is relative. It's gonna be much easier. Okay, this is really nice. Let me just drink some water. Yeah, this is amazing. Who would have known that streaming like that would be so would let me focus so that much. It doesn't work for everyone. Like some people have told me that if they try to stream and code at the same time, they become bad at both for some reason. But it seems like it has the opposite effect for me. Like I'm actively trying to explain things well. Like I even opened Krita to explain the process that I'm going through, and I feel like it made me think faster. Which is pretty neat. But yeah, I'm really glad that I was able to do. I don't know if I said this before. I think I said it at the start of the stream. The fact that I made it so that I have a fudge factor on the edge of the split now, and in the previous stream, I thought that I wouldn't be able to do it because I thought that I had optimized the way my widgets react to the cursor such that if a widget does not collide with the cursor, then its children don't either. Except that would make a fudger not work because it would be like, you know, it would be it would actually collide. I have completely forgotten everything I wanted to say. Hold on, give me a second. I got interrupted. Okay. Yeah, the struggle of not living in your own apartment is real. Anyways, I'm pretty satisfied with this widget. So with this split widget and the way I implemented it now. So I think I really want to actually start making the debug view that I was talking about. Right? So let's just do a test, shall we? First off, let me just make this code more concise, because it's extremely verbose, which is entirely the fault of my own framework, honestly. I'm really gonna need to pass on to do a pass on that. But anyways, inside of the panel container where there's a split, I'm gonna create a function. The function is gonna be, let's say, it's just gonna be block, like that. No, that's a bad name. Block with text. That's good. That's good. Okay. It's gonna take the UI context, obviously. What else is it gonna take? It's gonna take the background color, which is just a U32. And it's gonna take some text. There we go. So now I can... Why is it lagging? Probably because I'm streaming, honestly, but anyways. There we go, block with text, and then the color is gonna be the BG color. The UI context is UI, yeah, BG color. The padding is honestly completely unnecessary, it has always been. Then the text is gonna be filled here. Perfect. There we go. And now that I have this, then here I can just return block with text, taking the UI, having this color, and having this text. Just like that. And nothing else is needed. That is much, much, much better. Right? Then here it's gonna be the same thing, right? Instead of all of this, I just return just some random doc, just like that. Then inside of this split, we have the same kind of situation, right? This is just some random sidebar. In fact, I'm gonna call it the left sidebar inside of the text. And let it be like that. Okay. And then we have the same situation here with the right sidebar. is just some random right sidebar. Bruh. The indentation is so strong that it just refuses now. Yeah. Well, it is what it is. Anyways, we have that. So that's the random right sidebar, and then, finally, we have the other content, which is exactly just a block with text, but just with a different color this time. And it's just some content. What if I name it BWT? Yeah, that makes things more concise. Yep. Yep, now I can see all the splits in one screen. That is actually amazing. Block with text. Just like that. And oh. Well, sheesh. That is not good. Why? Oh, yeah, I know why. I know why. It's because of the widget key. Key, widget key. I'm really glad that I have this this assertion. Right? So now all I need to do is specify the widget key. And awesome. Wait, it's still not compiling? What's wrong? Oh. This is what's wrong. Again? Where's the problem now? Oh wait, the text. It needs to take the key. There we go. So now we have a left sidebar, a right sidebar, a random top dock, and a random dock. All together in a somewhat concise piece of code. And everything just works and it's smooth and everything. Lovely. Alright, and we did it under 2 hours with tangents. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. And no rendering issues anymore, so that's really, really nice to see. A bit more widgets though. If I press F3, I have 47 widgets in this thing right now. So it is something to keep in mind, I guess. Though 300 FPS even while I'm streaming on 2 platforms at the same time. Pretty acceptable. Or maybe it isn't. Wait, it is debug mode. Yeah, that's debug mode. Never mind. Let me just release mode real quick. It's gonna take a bit of time, obviously. Because Rust compile times. As always. But... oh. That wasn't that bad, I guess. Wait, same FPS in non-release mode? It's worse even? What? What do you mean? That makes no sense. What could it possibly be trying to do that takes so long? I'm not sure. Maybe it's just that I'm streaming. But yeah. Anyways, let me just make sure that I commit that, because there's a lot of changes. There we go. We have a split component now. That's awesome. So now let's. I think I'm gonna I think I'm gonna actually start the debug view on a different stream. Let's just say that I completely implemented a split container into streams, and that I can use it for everything now, for anything, I guess. So yeah, that's very cool. On that note, I'm gonna go. So have fun. I'm gonna just end the stream there.